after they have children and they're past the wall. You know why they have to support a man now? Because the kind of men that they want, they can't get.
Relationship Insight for Men. I'm going to be leaving my comment for the end of the video. And if you guys do enjoy, please like and subscribe. Let's get into the video.
I'm well. How about yourself?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 40.
Good. So what's wrong with this ranking stuff? What if rankings are wrong? What's right?
I can't necessarily answer that question. I definitely see where a lot of us are skewed in the way we rank ourselves. I also didn't realize that we as women and men rank totally different. I was definitely ranking myself according to monetary things, along with looks, along with body types, along with not having kids. And I didn't realize that y'all just look at us, if you're going off of the physical and nothing spiritual or anything else added, then it's just like, you know, what do you look like? What's your dress size? And are you a woman that is feminine? I'm a hairstylist and a musician. So I get to talk to women all day. And that's been something that I've been talking to women about for years, is like men are desiring our femininity. I also, because I'm exposed to such a wide array of women, I'm seeing a lot of average women that are willing to deal with average men, and they're getting burnt.
Hold on, stop. Hold on. We're all right on the same place.
Okay.
Hold on. First off, let's get back to where women rank themselves. Okay. Yes, many women overrank themselves, but it's not uncommon. People tend to overrank themselves. I've said it before. There are men who will come in and say, I'm a high value man, knowing that high value has a financial component to it, and will argue that you don't need to be there. But I don't make the rules. But men know that there's that component to that. Whether they like it or not, it's irrelevant. There are women who really believe that there's something that they're not. And you can't tell them any different. Now, you say you're finding a lot of women are willing to accept average men. Let me ask you this question. Are these women over 30 in general? You muted yourself. Hold on, unmute yourself.
There we go. My apologies.
See, somebody in the comment section made this comment. So this is not to you, but see, if a man would have said that, the response would have been, who hurt you? So somebody said
what?
No. The retort to saying that average women are wanting to get with average men, but they're getting burnt. The flip of it. My answer to the question is, are the women you talk about in general over 30 years old?
Yes.
All right. Then, ma'am, are they over 35?
Some of them, yes.
In
Again,
general,
like
the majority of them. Okay. Huh?
Not really. No.
More than 50. So less than 50% of the women you're talking about are under 35.
No.
Yes, they are under 50. I mean,
they're over 35. Yes, so, on average.
So okay. So you're talking about women who are in no man's land. You're talking about women who are in no man's land, to where now they're ready to start lowering their standards, accepting an average man. But why weren't they doing that when they were 18 to 22? Because now they want somebody to go ahead.
They were likely out enjoying their lives. You know, we did come from that generation where a lot of the elders were telling us, go out and enjoy your life.
Yeah. What percentage of the women would you say that are willing to accept an average man have children? Out of 100%, what percentage would women you say have children?
On average, probably 70% of them have children.
Okay, so listen to what you're saying. That you have women who are over 35 years old, for the most part, 70+% of whom who have kids, and they're talking about they're getting burned.
When I say burned, I'm talking about financially. Like, I know a lot of Black women who are willing to support men, and not
they're willing to support men
financially,
now,
but just saying, like, if somebody has a dream and they need somebody.
But my question is, okay, man, but they're willing to do that now. after they have children and they're past the wall. You know why they have to support a man now? Because the kind of men that they want, they can't get. Because they're too old and they have kids. So then you turn around and deal with a quote on, you say average earning man. I'm not going to give average. I'm going to say a lower caliber man, because we tend to throw I'm talking about there are average men out here who are solid, decent men, and then there are men out here who are average earners who ain't got their stuff together. I make a distinction. And my thing is, what about this average solid citizens that would have been good, suitable men between the ages of 18 and 22? But no, when it was that time, they was out having fun, doing what they do, making a baby with so-and-so, and now they want somebody to come in and split life with after time has run out. Due respect, ma'am, that's a bad deal for the average man.
I think in all fairness, though, the men were out at that same age enjoying their lives as well. I don't think that the men were just willing and ready to settle down.
Okay,
either.
man, why do you ladies think that matters? What men do and what women do are two different.
Because it matters if we want to be
no, ma'am. No, it doesn't. Right? No, it doesn't. I need you to understand something. No, it absolutely doesn't. Every woman on this planet needs to get the major pieces of her life together earlier than men. We are not the same. The Creator made it to where you need to get the major part of your life together if you choose to have children, because there are things that start to run out when a woman ages. But that's the familiar retort that, well, they were doing it too. Well, didn't your mama tell you if everybody jumped off a bridge, would you do it? I know my mama did.
Absolutely.
I think the better argument is the women that raised you and that raised your generation didn't give you the right information. And now you're paying the cost, because the problem is now these women are willing to accept an average man when they are arguably below average in sexual marketplace value.
I hear what you're saying on that, and I agree.
All right. So let me ask this question. The women who are sitting the women that you know that are 30, the majority are 35 plus, the majority of those women have kids, who are willing to deal with average men, do they have a higher sexual marketplace value than these average earning men? Good or bad? Good or bad, irrelevant. Do they have a higher sexual marketplace value than average?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Well then, how many women would you say you speak to come in and act as though they need to compete or cooperate, or they need to do anything to get a man? Or do they feel conversely like they're settling?
I think a lot of women are just confused. Okay. That's what I keep seeing is like
confused about what?
They don't understand why they're not, marketable. Well, even the ones that are in shape.
One, because you have children. Two, because you look at your weight. Would you say the average woman we're talking about is a dress size 4 or a dress size 6?
I'd say 50-50.
It can't be in Black America. You can't tell me that 50 can't, unless you have a special beauty shop, because 80% of Black women in this country are overweight.
Yeah, 80% of my clientele is not overweight.
Okay, so that's why I said unless you have a unique clientele. But just to be clear, we're talking about an average of about 5'4", 120 to 130 pounds. That's roughly a dress size 4. So a dress size 6, 125 to 135 pounds. You're saying 50% of your clients over 35 with a child is a dress size 6?
I have a lot of people that don't even have children and they're like a size 6.
Well, if they are fit, that's a unique, I'll accept it.
Again, I can definitely say that the femininity is where a lot of us are lacking, because people have garnered education, wealth, and all kinds of things. So what I see basically as a community is we have lost our sense of tribalism, and with all of the stuff that is out on social media, which women our age shouldn't be letting social media raise us and dictate to us how we live our lives anyway, but in a weird way it is. We don't recognize the value in one another anymore.
You don't recognize the value. Hold on. I can't accept that. Black
We don't.
men,
We
men,
don't
no,
recognize the value.
men recognize the value in women. It's just because when there's a divorce in the black community, 80% of the time the woman's leaving. Man, I don't think the women recognize the value in men because men, whether you're married or even in relationships, aren't the ones leaving.
Absolutely.
So the problem is until women start recognizing their full accountability and culpability in the failure of the family and the structure, when it's always we both responsible, absolutely not. We got to go to triage. Who's most at fault right now? The person leaving their marriages, they're leaving the relationships, the person that's wrecking the home, the person that's wanting to go spend their youth ripping and running in the streets while every other race of women is getting married and having kids. Who has the most? Who has the most to lose by not deciding to be with a man? The women who've done all that. See, it's not as though you can tell me that you have a bunch of women who are over 30 years old who really recognize that they got bad information and may have done some things that they shouldn't have done in their youth, and they're putting forth 100% effort to get back on track. Well, that's the problem. You put 100% effort into your so-called career, your degree, whatever, but to get a man, you're just supposed to really just show up and have sex with him at best. So thank you for the conversation.
Fellas, isn't it funny when these women has passed the wall, older, with all their kids from multiple men, they now somehow want average men? Isn't it funny? But this is what we need to do, is tell them we are okay. We are quite fine without you guys who never wanted us in the beginning. And we are looking for women who actually appreciates us. Because they don't really want us. You know why they want average men now? They want average men because they can't seem to get the guys that they want. So you're pretty much just a substitute. What guy in their right mind wants to become a substitute? Hardly any. I'm not going to say there are no men who doesn't, but in the majority, I don't think a lot of guys would like to find out to know that, hey, I wasn't her first choice. Hell no. And this is why Kevin Samuel does what he does really good at educating us guys, letting us know what to look out for, what women we should try to stay away from, and what things we need to do in our lives to be more valuable to the sexual market. Alright guys, continue to support Kevin Samuel's channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.